Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody all around the world. Welcome to the Build Geek is in the house. How do I say that? This Build the Geek broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. We're happy to present the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we go live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, and that's what time it is right now. Everything is good down here in Mexico. It's partly cloudy, partly blue sky. It's probably about 65 degrees down here. Of course, no humidity. It's the end of August. This is our last broadcast for August. Can you believe it? Summer is almost over. It is, what is it? Is it Labor Day weekend? I think it's Labor Day weekend coming up. For you old people like me, if you remember Jerry Lewis, and he would do the marathon all Labor Day weekend. You know, when you saw Jerry Lewis's show, he was going to be on for 3 days. You knew that the summer was over. It's time to go back to school. But anyway, all is good down here in Mexico, and we have a lot to cover today. We've got a lot of video clips to share with you. Took a very peaceful trip this week. No stress. It was a lot of fun. I think you might like some of these video clips. But if you're new here and you have questions about where to live in Mexico, how to find an apartment in Mexico, what's the cost of living like? What's the weather like? Any kind of questions. I've been down here 20 years. I've lived in Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic, El Arenal, Mazatlan. And I've been here in Morelia for 1 year and 1 month. So I don't know everything. I haven't been everywhere. Mexico is vast. But, anything that any questions you have, usually if you ask me something that I don't know, someone here today will have the answer for you. And if you like the content, feel free to click that like button. If you really like the content, click that subscribe button. Oh, I got a new video set up here today. Reloaded some new software onto my computer, so now it's kind of back to regular again. Stephen Hunter is in the house. Good morning from Colorado. I watched the game in Colorado last night where the Buffs played who was it? Georgia Tech, and they lost right at the end of the game. So sad, but welcome Colorado in the house. MJ's Creation in the house. Look at those beautiful mountains. V is in the house. Buenos dias to you, girl. You looking good as always. Sammy, W9Z in the house. Hola. And the girl's speaking that Spanish. She lives in, her name is Sammy W9Z. I got to talk to you, girl. I got to find out what does W9Z mean. But anyway, that girl speaking that Spanish, and she's saying, good day, everybody. Happy weekend. Fin de semana is weekend, and the weekend is here, the last August weekend. We got my girlfriends in the house. Always great to see my girlfriends in the house. Happy Saturday to you two. I can't wait to meet you too. Let me know when you get back down here. I know you're down here a couple of weeks ago, got your permanent visas. Congratulations. But definitely when you guys get back down here, we got to hook up for some breakfast. Yeah, for sure. And let me go back a step here. The Adaneta. I hope everyone's having a beautiful weekend. Biba Mexico. High Vibe is in the house. And I skipped that. Good morning to you, chica. Looking good. You always look so good when you show up here. Tommy Sands is in the house. Missing Morelia back in December. Roll Tide. Hey, man. Yeah, right on. Roll Tide. Now, Tide got a new coach. No, didn't Tide get a new coach after they took all them ass whoopings like last year? But yeah, Roll Tide. And Ohio State plays in 1 hour. Ohio State's playing in 1 hour. Number 3 Ohio State versus number 1 Texas. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happens with that. Bon dia from Throwaway. Ken is in the house in Miami. Good morning, Bill. I've been throughout the United States. I have never been to Miami. I would love to go there. Feliz, it's Kat. We got Kat in the house. Feliz sábado a ti también. She thinks so she speaks in Charlotte. I think I'm going to put up my last video with She Thinks So She Speaks. She owns a property in Merida. And in this last segment, she's going to talk about who she hangs out with, how does she meet people, what are her neighbors like. That will go up this week. We got Shirley in the house. Boy, good morning, Bill and friends. Great to see you here. David in the house. David is in Morelia also. We got a lot of people in the house from Morelia. Dave sent me some pictures this week with Dave had to cut out early last week because his dog was ill, but now his dog is good to go again, if I'm not mistaken. And David sent me a picture of a cow on his street here in Morelia. You just never know what's going to happen. Liston Henry, looking well as always. Thank you, my man, Liston, trying to keep up with you. Liston's only been here in Morelia for about a year. He gets all around. He travels. That man gets around. The Beach Boys wrote a song about him. Round, round, get around. I get around. Woo. I could sing some more, but it's copyrighted. I got to be cool on that. But welcome, Liston. Great to see you. Ola from Alabama. Gallon Helpingstein. Well, great to see you, my man. Looking good this morning. And Shirley is and great. Go Roll Tide. There you go. Roll Tide, right? That's funny. Okay. I entertain myself. I just can't help it. And Shirley, thank you for advertising, telling people to click that like button. A lot's going on down here. And thank you, Shirley, very much for the free advertising. And thank to my girlfriends for clicking in to donate to the channel so that I can travel. Yes, for the travel fund. Exactly. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going this week. Will it be a long, faraway trip, which would be like a 2-day trip, or will I do some more Morelia videos? Yeah, and Shirley said, thank you, girls, so much. When you come back to town, we got to do breakfast for sure. Thank you so much. Okay, click the like button. Everyone, help the dude out. Yeah, help me out. A lot is going on. First of all, Sammy sent me an email a couple of mornings ago. She's here in Morelia, and it was a link about the 20 kids who were shot. A couple of kids were killed. They were in a, if I'm not mistaken, they were in a Catholic church praying. And some guy, 23 years old, he had a shotgun, an automatic weapon, and a pistol. And he, in through the window, shot these kids in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Who would have thought somebody would shoot little white kids in church? Killed at least 2, but God bless their families and their souls. And that was the 200th mass shootings in the United States this year. It's only August. And when she sent me that message, she added, the United States is the most dangerous place in the world. And they talk about Mexico being so dangerous, but nowhere else in the world do they have mass shootings like that so regularly, people getting disappeared and stuff. But whatever, I pray for all of those people. Now, hola senor. Are you trying to say senor? Johnny Williams in the house, my brother. Looking good as always. Great to see you here in the house again. Okay, so okay. I'm learning things all the time. And I put up a video with Fernanda. I've put up many of those videos. She is an immigration attorney here in Morelia. And she helps people all over the world. I've seen her work with people from Nigeria. Someone was in Romania, watched a video with me interviewing her, contacted Fernanda from Romania, trying to get her immigration papers together for Mexico. But the last video I put up this week with her, we talked about getting citizenship. And she talks about the challenges of it, what you need to study to take the test, what the test is like. And then somebody out of the blue sent me a message, because you have to know the culture of Mexico to take this test and pass it for citizenship. And Fernanda was asking me questions during that interview, these weird questions. Well, do you know who this person is? Do you know where this geographic location is in Mexico? And I said, no. Well, that's kind of stuff you have to know. But this guy sent me a message out of the blue, and he said, Bill, if you're over 60 in Mexico, you don't have to answer all of those cultural questions. You only have to speak Spanish and take an interview. So I'm going to look into that. Because if I don't have to know all the culture and the history and everything, I just have to go in there and speak some Spanish, I might be good to go. I might be way good to go. I'd be a Mexican citizen. And then somebody else emailed me after that interview and asked me, well, you guys didn't get into what are the benefits of having a Mexican citizenship. There are the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head is that there are many countries that you can't go to with a United States passport, like Cuba. You can get into Cuba on an educational tour or something like that. But if you have a Mexican passport, you can just get right into Cuba, no problem. And there are many other countries like that around the world. Also, like if Donald Trump revokes my U.S. passport, then I got a Mexico passport. I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about residency anymore. But anyway, I just thought I would throw that out. Johnny Williams. Ola from Hawaii, my brother. I'm glad to see you doing well today. Mahalo. I love Hawaii. Been there 2 times. I was on the Big Island and on Maui. And on Maui, I went to Little Beach. Johnny, have you been to Little Beach? Woo, that's a nude beach, baby. That was freaky. I went to the nude beach. It's called Little Beach on Maui. And that's how I learned why God created clothing. Because there's a lot of people on the nude beach that you just look at them and say, please put on some clothes, please. I mean, yeah, you know, you would think one of the benefits of going to a nude beach is seeing all these beautiful nude bodies. It ain't like that, man. You go to the nude beach and you see stuff. You see all them people that you see in the grocery store buying all that ice cream and potato chips and all that stuff like that. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, yeah, they go to the nude beach too, flaunting it, letting it all hang out. But hey, Johnny, I love Hawaii. Great place to be. We got Autumn Green in the house. Great to see you here, girl. Okay, now I got a very long list. If you're new here, let's see. If you're new here, feel free to ask any questions. Interrupt me. I'm going to start showing some clips of a trip that I took this week very soon. But if you're new here, feel free to interrupt me at any time, ask any questions, make any comments. Again, Mexico is fabulous. I love life every day in Mexico. Mexico is phenomenal. Most of the time, it is very, very safe. I love it. Also, let's see. Oh, the peso. The peso is about the same as it has been for about a month. It's been very stable. It's at about 1866. That's 18.66 pesos to the dollar, which isn't super great, but it's not bad. My rent is still about $20 below $500 a month, and I'm good right now. This morning, as of this morning, the first thing I do every morning is check Money Converter. So this morning, my rent is at $477 a month. When I moved in here, it was $420 a month. So the peso has strengthened. So I'm paying like $57 more per month, but that is good with me. That's good with me. If I was still in Mazatlan, my apartment in Mazatlan, when I moved in there, it was renting for $650 a month. Now that same apartment a year later is renting for $1,000 a month. So the value of the peso is good. And the weather here, this is my second August in Morelia. I'm adjusting to this weather, man. It's like in the morning, it's like 56, 57 degrees, which is a little chilly. And it's like that until like maybe like 7:30 in the morning. And when I go to walk to the grocery store or something like that, I've got to wear 2 hoodies. I have on sweatpants, a couple of pairs of socks, heavy duty boots. It's in the mornings in Morelia, the weather is almost like the end of October in Ohio. Okay, in the mornings, but then at like noon, 1 o'clock, it's 72 degrees. If you look at the weather forecast for Morelia, if you go look at a 1-week weather forecast for Morelia, it will just show rain every day. Rain, 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 rain. But it's not like that. It seems as though the last couple of weeks we have had violent thunderstorms almost every night. starting around like 7:30 at night. It's like kaboom, kaboom. It's beautiful. From the view from my apartment, it's better than fireworks, just electricity everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. And then that'll stop. So right now the sun is out, everything's bright and shiny. The weather forecast says it's going to rain, but that probably won't happen till later in the evening. So it is all good. Now I'm still single, and I'm loving being single every day, every night, every minute, every weekend, and especially on Sundays. I'm single. I'm going to be single forever. And if you're single and you love your freedom, come on down here to Mexico and enjoy yourself. Moving to Mexico gets rid of a lot of stress. You'll live longer, be happy, and everything will be good to go. I gotta say, we got all kinds of international news going on. You got the Ukrainians blowing up the heck out of Russia. Russia blowing them up too. But Ukrainians, go ahead and kick that ass. Blow Vladimir Putin, blow his ass away. And just keep your country and just go for it. I'm going to be talking about U.S. farmers a bit today. Because of immigration issues in the United States and the deportations. But I've been reading and listening to a lot of videos about farming in the United States and in Mexico. A lot of farms in the United States are filing bankruptcy now. With deportations, they don't have people to gather crops, and it's just a bad news. There are a lot of crops in the United States. This is the end of August. It is harvest time. This is the time when people need to have their tomatoes picked, their limes picked, their lemons picked. And across the United States, food is just dying on the vines. And also with tariffs, like Canada's all pissed off at the United States. So the United States was scheduled to send about $300 million worth of tomatoes to Canada. And Canada said, no, we ain't taking them. We ain't buying them. So that just shuts down a whole bunch of farmers throughout the United States. And where's Canada going to get their tomatoes from? Where are they going to get their tomatoes from? Well, they're going to get them from Mexico. Same with Europe. Europe's just cutting the United States off and buying all their produce and agriculture from Mexico. Mexico is agricultural heaven, and Mexico is investing, or has been investing, in agricultural methods that are indoor, that work year round, use half the water that they use in the United States. They can pump out products year round, and better products. And with Trump cutting off funding to colleges and research and all of that, while Trump is cutting out research into agriculture, Mexico has been investing lots and lots of money into research for agricultural advancement. And Mexico is kicking that ass when it comes to international trade in agriculture. In the United States, their farmers are going broke. prices are going to go up throughout the United States. People are going to be starving. They're going to be living in the streets screaming, help me, help me. People are going to be living. I don't know how people are going to live, but whatever. I just got off on a rant there, but let me tell you this. I'm a senior citizen. I hate to admit it. When I look in the mirror, I don't feel like a senior citizen. I don't feel like a senior. I don't think I look like a senior, but I am. And, when you get to be my age, you all got people in your family, they my age or older, and they start talking and talking and talk. Sometimes I just go off, but I'm loud. I'm a senior citizen. I'm a nut. I'm a crack nut case. And we got Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden, in the house this morning. Great to see you, my man. Brian is one of our original subscribers. He's been with us forever and a day, and we are always blessed to see him in the house. And we got the Buck Stops here. Buenos dias from Colorado Springs. Great to see you, Buck, with them big, beautiful green eyes. Good morning. Don Cole in the house watching you from Florida. Great to see you, Don, in the house. And we got a cat. Don't look at those pretty eyes and everything. Donating to the channel. Thank you so much, Cat, for helping me with my travel funds and all that kind of stuff. So kind. That is so kind. And Vincent Gonzalez, buenos dias, Geek. So watch really up. Are you recommending Cuto de Esperanza or what? Okay. Now, he's talking about a trip that I took last week, Vincent. And I went to Cuto de Esperanza, which is it's like a 40-minute taxi drive from my house. And so the locals tracked me down in a church, about 8 of them. I didn't see any people. On the streets. So a group of men, about 8 of them, tracked me down in the church. They all knew I was in the church. It was Wednesday. It was like 10:30 in the morning. How did all of them know to come to the church, which had no people in it, and I would be there? I was taking pictures inside the church, and they asked me for ID. They went through my travel bag, my backpack. They said I couldn't take any more pictures in town. I just wanted to get out of town. I just wanted to get the bus, taxi. If somebody had a donkey I could get on, I would have taken a donkey out of town. I didn't. I just wanted to get out of town. So I have a catch-22 image of Cuto de Esperanza in my mind. One is it was kind of that's never happened to me ever in Mexico. And I've got hundreds of videos of all kinds of pueblos or cities and towns all over Mexico. That's never happened. The population of that town is like 1,000 people, beautiful, extremely clean. So the catch-22 is that's what you call awesome neighborhood watch. I mean, serious. Now I bet, but I met one guy, a couple of guys on the plaza, and one guy was telling me they have a cable TV, very fast internet. It's peaceful. And he told me, you should move here. You should live here. You would love it here. So I'm thinking that if I lived there, that these people would love me. I would love them. And then I would be a part of their community. I would be a part of their neighborhood watch situation. But I mean, they were on it when it came to the neighborhood watch stuff. I mean, they were on it, which is really cool because, You know what? What? You got this 6 foot tall. I was taller than all these guys. You know, you got this 6 foot tall, big, handsome black man walking around in your town, walking down the streets, taking pictures. Who's this mofo? What are you doing? Walking around in our town, taking pictures of everything. Hey, right on for them. So so it was shaking the way it went down, but looking back at it, they were just watching out for their neighborhood. Who are you? What are you doing here? Are you dealing drugs? You got a gun? You know, you trying to take children? You know, right on for them. They were protecting their community and just checking out who I was. Now, could I live there? No. Am I? Now, if I didn't travel, you know, because I need kind of quick access to buses and airplanes so I can do my job. So it's a little out of the way place. It's a bit too out of the way for me. So am I recommending it? If you're going to go somewhere and live in a beautiful, clean town with some really nice people, and you can just be there, be on the internet, you're reading, writing, whatever, and you don't need to go anywhere, but you want to live in a beautiful house in a peaceful community. Okay. But I could not live there just because to get to a city like Morelia, you're going to have to travel about 25 minutes, which is not that far, but that's too far for me. I like living in a city like Morelia or even Pátzcuaro or Zamora, places like that. So no, I'm not recommending Cuto de Esperanza for everybody. For me, it's a little too secluded. I think I'd go crazy there. Even though population 1,000, there are 100 more women than men. Maybe that would be a bonus. I don't know. Justin in Iowa. Ola, Justin, how you doing, dude? Thanks for joining us today and contributing to the channel. Thank you so much for helping us get on the road, buy new equipment, and do what we do. Thank you in Iowa. Right on. Axel Foley in the house. Happy Labor Day weekend to you. Right on with the right on. Stephen Hunter. Bill, do you need a smartphone to order a Uber or taxi, or will a flip phone work in Morelia? I don't know how flip phones work. Are you talking about those really old, like 30 years old flip phones? I don't think that's going to work, man. I think you're going to need a iPhone or smartphone that is at okay. I have an iPhone 8. The most modern version of the iPhone is iPhone 16. So I've had my iPhone probably like 8 years now. It works just fine. I think that your phone is going to have to be at least 8 years old for it to work here in Mexico. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so let's see what else is happening on our list. Okay. Now, so for my trip this week, a friend of mine who was in town, I met her in Ajijic, and then she moved to Mazatlan. She owns a property in Mazatlan. And for any of you that have been on tours with Robert owns the dildo shop in Ajijic, but he has an Airbnb. He has a bed and breakfast, very large, in Mazatlan, and he does tours for week-long tours. But Anyway, she does tours for him in Mazatlan, but she's in Morelia for about 3 months just to get away from the heat. So we've had breakfast a couple of times, and I say, "What have you been doing?" And she always shows me pictures of what she's been doing, da 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 da. And she said, "Oh, I went to the zoo." She said, I went to the zoo. So I went to the zoo this week, and I was very surprised. This was one of the best trips that I've taken in Mexico. It was wonderful. And Tony, great to see that you could tune in and be with us today. But so I went to the zoo, and it was a fabulous experience. The zoo here, if you come to Morelia, and I'm going to tell you, to be extremely honest, if you ask me, well, if I'm in Morelia, what should I go and see? Well, okay. For sure, you should see El Centro, and to keep things basic, I mean, you could just walk around El Centro and the plaza for hours, maybe a week down there with the museums and the galleries and all. Yeah, you can do that. I would strongly suggest visiting the community of Santa Maria. I would strongly suggest that. But if you're coming to Morelia, go to the zoo. I strongly suggest that you do that. Now, okay, so I'm going to get to those clips in a second. I got a comment over here. We got Reggie. Hola, everyone just signed in. Looking forward to some new clips. Okay, Reggie, right, welcome. Great to see you here again. Reggie got my old setup as far as what's going on here in the studio. I'm happy with that. Now, before I get to clips, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that I'm coming out with a cartoon. And my cartoon, I'm putting out this cartoon, the first show, I'm going to say around the first week of November. And I asked you guys about it about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to be showing you introductory clips over the next month. And I think it's going to be a kick-ass video. That's what I think. All right, Reggie, thank you so much for my travel fund. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel for the travel fund. And thank you. You just don't know. You just don't know how much that helps things out. So the zoo trip was no stress. It was no stress, totally enjoyable. And I think that I'll be making a couple of more short trips, but after 2 weeks, all the trips are going to be far. like I'm gonna have to go there and spend a couple of nights, get a long bus ride. That's what's coming up over the next 4 weeks. Now, Axel chilling in Delaware this weekend with my brother's family. Okay. Where are you usually at, Axel? I forget. No Modelo today, polishing off a glass of red wine. You go, boy. You enjoy yourself in Delaware. If you see my man Joe Biden, tell him Bill the Geek said, watch some videos and subscribe. He would have fun. Tell Joe Biden him and Jill can live down here, chill out, be warm all year. You know, yeah, give Joe, my man, that tip, and Jill too. Brian Jordan, what's up, Brian? Good morning to you. And let's show you guys some video clips. This was quite enjoyable. Here we go. This is me ordering my Uber, which actually is DD, to go to the zoo. I live right up at the top of that street, and you can see, look at how cloudy it is. And I'm thinking, oh man, I hope it doesn't rain. I'm going to go to the zoo, be outside all day, but I have a raincoat in my travel bag. I'm ready for it. I was ready. I was ready for the rain. I would enjoy some rain, but so then I get to the zoo. Now the zoo opens at 10 a.m. every day of the week. This is the main entrance. That is the zoo in Morelia, and it's kind of sort of right in the middle of the city. And as you're walking around in the zoo, you can see traffic, and it's kind of weird. It's located on a very nice one-way boulevard, which I when I was taking a bus somewhere, we drove by this kind of sort of, but it's a beautiful community. And it was about a 20-minute taxi drive from where I live. And they have lots of places to eat here. I'm still waiting to get into the zoo. It's about 9:45. And here's a place. They have tortas, sandwiches, hamburgers, and hot dogs. Now that's my kind of place right there. Hamburgers and hot dogs. I love those. And tortas, that's my favorite food. And they had all kinds of restaurants in the zoo. But I would suggest getting to the zoo around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because most of the restaurants in the zoo were closed. So you can see all the people lined up waiting to get in. Lots of families with their children. Lots of families. I had bought. There's my ticket right there. That's the ticket. That is my ticket. Generally, it cost 80 pesos to get in. Plus, if you want that, they have an aquarium and they have shows, so you pay extra for that. 80 pesos is $4. But with my senior citizen discount card, I got in for 20 pesos, which is like $1. I got to go into the zoo for $1. That's right. So here we go. I'm going in. And I was wondering if I could carry my backpack in. Now check out this guy. He's going to check all the stuff in this lady's bag. What you got in the bag, lady? You got guns in there. You got cocaine. You got fentanyl in there. What you got in your bag? Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Is that a gun? What's that? Well, yeah, pull all that out of there. Let me see. Let me see everything. You got beer down in there. You got wine. What do you got? Now, I give him my ticket. I got my bag. He looked at me. He says, come on. I don't need to check you out. You Bill the Geek. He knew I was Bill the Geek. He says, I don't need to check your bag. I know who you are. You know, you come on in. You come on in. He treated me like I was Dr. Doolittle. Okay, now, let me say this. I went whale watching in Mazatlan, and the trip to the zoo was kind of like whale watching. And I'm on the boat, been on the boat in Mazatlan for 40 minutes, an hour. And we didn't see any whales. I was thinking, oh man, we ain't gonna see no whales out here. And then all of a sudden we saw more whales than you could imagine. It was fabulous. And that's kind of how the zoo trip went. I'm walking in, I get in, I start walking around. I'm all by myself. Uh-oh, that's too early. I get in. And this is what it looks like inside. Here's a family posing with the fake hippopotamus. It's beautiful. The vegetation, the trees, everything. It's so peaceful. And with all of the vegetation, it just makes you feel good. And here's a train. You get on the train and it rides all around the zoo, and you can see all the animals, and they have some for real animals. I was very surprised. Now I'm going to play that clip one more time. Because I'm walking in here. I've been in here about 5 minutes. I don't see no animals. Where are the animals at? This is a zoo. And then the first animals that I saw is right over there. And it's this is what I saw. And this was a great way to kick off my trip to the zoo. What you're going to see right now on a cloudy day with all these green, beautiful plants, scores of flamingos. I don't know if I've ever seen a real flamingo before. Beautiful. And this video doesn't really show the beauty of their pinkness, but that's how it all kicked off. That's how it all kicked off right there. I'm gonna answer some questions here in a second. Then you walk away from the flamingos, and they have all these wild ducks just walking around. I should have broken one of their necks and stuck it in my bag. I could have been eating that. Okay, so I'm going to got ducks, and they didn't have any events going on at the time, but they have this little place here so that they can make presentations, stuff like that. But I'm not going to go down that road right now. So I see some ducks, I see some flamingos, but I swear, look at that vegetation. So peaceful. It's in the middle of town, but you couldn't hear any town noises. You could hear birds, and you could hear animals, but it's worth just going there just to walk around. Let me take a note here. Hold on a second. Okay. So that's where I am. Let me take some comments here. Okay, now. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. Brian, enjoying the weather in San Antonio. I can't even say that name, though I used to go there all the time. And Brian, if I'm not mistaken, San Antonio is between Ajijic and Chapala, right there where the Telcel store is and Walmart. And maybe you know a friend of mine, James and Rena. Do you know James and Rena? They own a home in San Antonio. But great to see you here. Enjoy yourself. Great place to live, San Antonio, not Texas. The street you live on looks nice. My neighborhood is fabulous. I have a fabulous neighborhood. And since I take my walks 5 days a week for an hour up and down my street, I know about all of the people that live on my street. All the people that live on my street know me. Now, and they all wave. I know their kids. You know, my neighborhood is fabulous, and it is extremely affordable. Bill, is your senior citizen card an AARP card? No. If so, I was just wondering if that's valid in Mexico. Now, I don't know. Buck stops here. I don't know. I don't know anything about ARP, but I tried. Somebody asked me about and I just don't know. But a lady that was on the show with us a couple of weeks ago, she said, "Yeah, you can. A lot of your AAR benefits work in Mexico, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it." Billy, the Zoologico, is within walking distance. I just walked past it every day on my walk. And me and Sammy W9Z, she lives like she has. I bet I could walk to where she lives in about 15 minutes. I haven't been there yet, but I got to do that. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Shirley, Dr. Doolittle. It's on my mind. Flamingos. That's right. That's right. Flamingos. How do you apply for a senior discount card? Okay. Very good question, Brian. Where did I get my senior discount card? I think I got mine in Chapala. Now, the rules. Oh. Okay. Maybe you can hear the lady's voice in the background. She's in a pickup truck with a speaker, and she's going to ride all around the neighborhood. She's going to go up and down all the streets. She has her speaker on, and she's saying, "Do you have an old refrigerator? Do you have an old stove? Do you have an old microwave? If you do, we will take you. You have old mattresses, we will take them away for you." And she's going to go around this whole neighborhood all day long, every day, saying that. And people will give her an old dishwasher, an old da-da. But anyway, so that's what's going on. Now, okay, so Brian Jordan, there is an organization in Mexico, and it's called DIF, D-I-F. And let me see if I can find DIF. I'm going to put in DIF. You live in San Antonio. I'm going to put in I'm going to put in Chapala. Chapala. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. DIF Chapala. Okie dokie. So this page is loading. I'm going to yeah, here we go. Okay, now let me share my screen on that. Here we go. DIF. Okie dokie. There you go. Here is the DIF office in Chapala. And if I'm not mistaken, that's where I got my senior citizen discount card. So DIF is a governmental organization throughout Mexico, and they have offices in big towns and small towns throughout Mexico. That is where you get, or where I got, my senior citizen discount card. And there it is right there. That's it. So I forget if I forget if I had an appointment to go there. I needed basic kind of ID stuff. I had to have my visa with me. At that time, I had my permanent visa. I took my passport. You need a proof of address, which would be a phone bill, a cable TV bill, and an electric bill. And I'm thinking, okay, so you go there, and they take your information. In some places, you can get the card the same day. In my case, I had to come back the next day, got the card, doesn't cost anything. In some places, at some times, they'll say, well, we're not offering the card right now in this city. And I've heard rumors that they were not offering the card to expats anymore. But you never know. You never know. So that's that. That's all I know. So I don't even know if they offer the card anymore. Yes, that is very pretty. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay. Thank you. Axel Foley. Bill, for Social Security purposes, do Mexicans living in Mexico have to update their address every time they move, and where is the update done? That is an excellent question. That if you're on Social Security, this is ding, 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 muy importante. Very important. You want Social Security to know where you are, or they will cut off your money if they don't know where you are. So, okay. So, long story, very short. Of course, I moved here from Mazatlan, and Social Security had my address in Mazatlan. So I moved here and I didn't notify them of my move. Okay. And once you start getting Social Security, it depends on who you are. For me, it's about every 9 months they send me a form. I think it's called Form 7162. And they ask you about 4 questions. And the questions are you still alive? Did you get married? Did you have children? Did you get a divorce? There are 4 little boxes. You have to check them off. Yes, no, no, yes, no. Usually no, 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 no. Sign the back, send it in. You're good to go for another 9 months or a year of getting your direct deposit. Okay, so what happened to me was I moved and I hadn't contacted Social Security to let them know, so they just cut off my Social Security. Okay, now, so I had to contact them, which was a real hassle, because if you call them on the phone, you have to wait forever. So for some reason, I thought, well, let me call my consulate. So I emailed the consulate. And right now, my consulate is in Mexico City. When I was in Chapala, the consulate is in Guadalajara, but where I am now. But anyway, so I emailed the consulate, told them what happened. They said, oh, we can just do that over the phone. Okay, so I got that all taken care of. Now, so I gave them my new address, and I had called Social Security to tell them my new address, which took like 4 hours of being on hold on the phone just to change my address. So that is how you can change your address with Social Security. Call them up, give them your new address, you're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to say a couple of weeks ago, they sent me that form to my address here in this apartment. And it's regular, I think it's Form 7162. I filled it out, sent it back in, Federal Express, actually DHL. I'm good to go. Social Security knows where I am. And I may never move just because of that. I may never move. But if you move, 2 things. If you move in Mexico and you have a visa, you have to notify the Mexican government. You have to go down to the immigration office and change your address whenever you move. I did that like a month ago. And whenever you move, now let me say something else about that Form 7162. My friend who is in town, her name is Kathy. I told her what happened with my Social Security. And she says, Bill, I've been on Social Security for like 6 years. They've never sent me that form. And I've always gotten my money. Okay, so they don't even send her the form. They send me the form. Whatever. So let Social Security know where you are. Christy, hola, Christy, looking good, girl, in your little bikini. Buenos dias, Bill. I keep missing your live chats. Well, you're here now, girl. Happy to see you here. The buck stops here. Tamales. I'm not going to show you this week, but I have pictures of that tamales truck. I'll show you next week. But Christy, yeah, right on, Christy. You are fun to watch, always entertaining and informative. I loved your shopping list a few months ago and the meals you made. Well, thank you, Christy. I'm glad to be of service. Dave, who is here in Morelia. Hey, Bill. There's a really nice park very close to the zoo. And Dave, can you please, would you send me the name of that, or just tell us what the name of that place is, please? What happened to the tamales guy? I don't know. And that's a very good question. That's a good question, Buck. I haven't heard him this morning. Maybe he took the day off, man, but that man be working every day. Yes. What's the age limit on the DIF senior citizen discount card in Mexico? It's 60 years of age. 60. Are you in Morelia? How far is from Chapala? Yes, I live in Morelia, Christy. I've been here for a year and 1 month, and it's about a 3.5-hour drive from Chapala. Brian. Oh, you're extremely welcome. This is what I do. And we got pretty boy Brian Maiden. I'm gonna start calling you Skinny Man because he's lost like 300 pounds in the last couple of months, looking all good. Women in Canada chasing him down the street. Now that he's lost all this weight and he's healthy and everything, he got to have bodyguards because women coming after him. And woo, Brian, hold on. Leave the women alone. Let them go, Brian. But anyway, thank you, my brother, for contributing to the channel so much. The Geek gonna get into some AI. It will be kick ass. Yes, the AI. Yeah, and I'm going to talk about this video. It's a cartoon. It's going to come out the beginning of November. It's going to be a series, and it is going to kick some butt. When I was in Mexico this last January, I was given the senior discount every time we got bus tickets on 80 buses. I asked if they have senior discounts, and they said, yes, no problem. Right on. Yeah, I always, that's a real benefit of having the senior discount card is for specifically for any public place like a museum, art museum, regular museum, the zoo, buses, half off. All of that is half off, half. In my case, I was like 75% off. Movie theaters, half off. The movies only cost like $4 down here. So you get half off going to the movies. That's like $2. You're going to see the brand new movie come out for $2. And some hotels. Oh, the airlines. Recently I flew, well, not recently, last year, I flew from Mazatlan, I think, to the Leon International Airport. I think it was like $200, something like that. And and the guy, I called them. I like Aero Mexico because you can call them on the phone. They have an English button on their website. So you can make your reservation on the phone in English. And I say, hey, you take the senior discount card? He said, yeah. And that was like 40% off, which is really cool. So whatever. Christy, tell me some reasons to choose Morelia over Chapala. I'd love to hear more about Morelia. Yeah, look at my Morelia playlist. Chapala, I lived there for 3 years. I lived in Chapala 3 years. And Morelia is, okay, Chapala, population of Chapala, depending on what time of year it is, somewhere. And now when I say Chapala, I'm going to throw in Ahihic. So the population there is between 15 to 40,000, depending upon the time of year. In Morelia, the population is 1 million people. So I think the weather here is much better than Chapala, Ahihic. There's 1 million people here. And I never see gringos. I never see any Caucasians pretty much ever. Now there are a lot here. But with 1 million people, you don't have to see them all the time. In Chapala, Ahihic, you got to see them every day. You go to one restaurant, you got a bunch of old white people. Then you go to a different restaurant, and it's the same people a block away at the same restaurant you just left and went to, so Chapala is like a senior citizen home. Something I always forget to say on Saturdays is I love being in Morelia because I see people of all ages all the time. I see little kids on my street. There's college students on my street. They have many universities here. People getting their graduate degrees, PhDs, doctorates, maybe becoming dentists, neuros. All ages of people here. You don't see that in Ahihic, Chapala. It's more affordable. This Morelia is way cheaper than Chapala, Ahihic, and you get better apartments and access to more wonderful things. I would have, now that I've lived in Morelia, there's no way I would ever live in Chapala or Ahihic. Ever, ever, ever. Dr. Dallas, yeah, baby, call me whatever you want. Now, Mo for all. That's funny. Mo for all. That would be more for all. Thank you. So far, Social Security, if you will be going to possibly move around to see where you want to live, say every few months, do you need to update temporary places you think? Okay, so you're talking about Social Security. Now, here's what I would do. And if I had to redo this, my phone just went ding. If I had to redo this, I would have just used a relative's address in the United States. If I had to rethink this out, that's what I would have done. If you have family or a good friend in the United States, just use that address. The problem with that is the way my taxes work. There's a special form that I use when I file to the IRS, so I have to use my Mexican address to make that all work out. And that's all I have to say about that, right? But if you can use a U.S. address, then you don't have to worry about all of that. Think about that. See if that might work. Brian, Iron Maiden, right on. Cats, wow, I'm 46. Can I get no, girl? You cannot get a senior card, girl. You too young, girl. Ooh. Trouble. Bill, we went to museums as well, and they gave us the discount without a card. Reggie, that's another thing about Mexico. People in Mexico have a real respect for seniors. And when you're 60 in the United States, you're not even considered a senior, okay? But here, When I show my discount card, the people behind the counter, they always look so happy to help me. So I'm glad to hear that. Now I'm glad to hear that. Yes, but in Mexico, people are. It's almost like I've never been to Japan, but I've heard that in Japan, people are so respectful of senior citizens, and I would have to say that is so true about Mexico. Christy, sounds like you have a mobile fruit and veggie vendor coming through. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, she's collecting appliances. Yes. I admire the hustle. Uh-huh. Okay. I Googled it for 2025 that a gift card, most offices are not giving out the card without citizenship. Really? Woo! Ooh, I slipped under. I slipped. Ooh, I just slipped through. I got my card slipped through, and you don't have to renew it either. Good info. Oh, they did ask to see our California driver's license, so to check out the age. The name of the park is Santa Maria, very close to the zoo, and there's a casino pretty close to the park as well. And that's something that I've never talked about. Thank you very much, David, living here in Morelia with his lovely wife, Maria. And that's something that I have never brought up is casinos. In Mexico, they have casinos all over Mexico. I don't gamble. I'll have to go into one, shoot some video of a casino sometimes, but they're all over. Brian, Bill, are you so looking, Bill? Oh, we are so looking forward to moving to Morelia in the spring. Brian, I think I just love Morelia. I love it. I was just wondering, do you offer advertisements, commercials, or sponsorship on your channel or website? I have an eBay store with 100% positive feedback. Sure. Am I offering advertisements? Yeah, well, let's talk about that. Offering advertisement. If it's free, if I can advertise for free, I'm up for that. Yeah, I'd be with 100% positive feedback. Sure, I'd love to advertise. Yeah, I'll advertise as long as it's free. I'm good to go. Yes. Bill set up a SS account online so you can keep it up to date. So much easier. Now, that is another problem. They didn't come up with that online SS stuff until I'd already been here for like 20 years. So when I signed up for SSI, well, I had a Mexican address, and I think that's called My SSI. And so I went in there, tried to put in my address, but it would only take United States addresses. So I couldn't put in Chapala, Jalisco with that zip code. They wouldn't let you do it. Maybe that has changed since then. El Rayo Ola from El Taxo. Click the like button. Thank you, my brother. Funny thing from Brian 3149. Funny thing here, if you go to the liquor store, even if you're 95, no way. You have to show your ID to get to buy, which I think is crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah. Wow. That's freaky. I didn't know that. In Canada, is that just where you live? You got to show ID, even if you, I guess the term for that is old to 80, crippled on crutches. You got to show your ID. Hey, Bill, stay out. Okay. That's a good tip. Thank you, Dave. There's my girlfriend, Brenda. Brenda in the house. Good morning, Bill. Glad to hear your positive messages. Saludos. That means like salutations from Tejas. Thank you so much for joining us today, Brenda. All right, so let's go back to the zoo. Yeah, now I haven't even gotten to any of the good stuff at the zoo. Here we go. So I saw the flamingos, and then I'm looking in this cage, and I see this food, fresh food. I'm saying, well, where are the animals in here? I look up, and here are the parrots. Yes. Now, again, this is a catch-22 situation, because don't you wish they were flying around free in the jungle? But I get to look at them anyway, right here. And more parrots. I think this is an eagle, actually. Very nice. And so I'm starting to see some animals now, and I'm by myself, and I'm wondering, well, where are the good animals? Peacocks. Sorry for the fence that's in the way. My second wife lived in Los Angeles, and they had wild peacocks in their backyard like all of the time. Wild. They be on the roof at the swimming pool, just wild peacocks. Beautiful. That was freaky. More animals. Here we go. Just ducks walking around. But I'm still thinking, like, where are the real? Here's a freaky bird right here. Look at this. Look at this bird right here. I never seen anything like that. No. Looked like an old girlfriend of mine. She had a hairdo like that. Wore makeup like that. Had lips like that too. And the zoo is built around this lake. So if you kind of walk around this lake, you're going to see almost the entire zoo. So it's cloudy. At the time I got there, it was cloudy, but by the time I left, it was a sunny day, and it didn't rain at all. Got some more. We're just now. Okay. So I'm looking. Where's the good stuff? Where is the good stuff? That's what I want to know. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting to the good stuff. If I'm not mistaken, those are deer. They're hard to see, but they're laying down back there in the background. And we're getting closer to the good stuff. Then there were. Look at the greenery. Yeah. Then we get to the llamas. Oh, now we're getting out of birdland. We're seeing some real animals, real big size animals. Llamas just chilling out. And then we get to the stuff from here all the way. After that, everything just got better and better and better. And in the middle of the screen there, you can see an elephant. There you go. It's in the middle of the screen. Now I know I'm in a real zoo. They have real animals in here. Poor elephant is there just all by himself. So I can walk around, and if I walk around just right, then I can stand pretty much right in front of him. Poor elephant. I don't know if that's a male or a female. Yeah, we got zoom. We got some zoom going here. But why can't they have him or her like a mate to be up there so they can be, humping or something, having some fun through the day? Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to play this again. You are about to see elephant doo-doo. I'd never seen elephant doo-doo before, but here you go. Here it is right here. Those things look like bowling balls, nice and round and smooth. Maybe it's just his diet. Big, they look like bowling balls, but I guess that should be about right. And there's Mr. Elephant right there. I wave at him. Serious. I waved at him. And when I waved at him, he started walking toward me. He's looking at me. I'm like a real person. He's real. I'm real. He's like, oh, dude, see, he's waving back. I swear, man, I'm waving, smiling. Yeah. And now there you go. I'm waving at him. He's looking at me. He's waving his little trunk at me. Yeah. Yeah. Now this is how the zoo is supposed to work. For $1, I got to see an elephant and some llamas, some freaky birds for $1. Yeah, look at him wave at me. Uh-huh. But the place was very relaxing. I wish that the restaurants had been open so I could have a cheeseburger or a hot dog, maybe some French fries. That'd be good. Very totally clean. That is a very hard to see bison. There's more. They had like 8 bison. There you go. They did this zoo was very good. They had a variety of monkeys. There you go. The cute little monkeys, and some of the monkeys had baby monkeys. I think that actually is an orangutan. But then we start to get to the really good stuff right here. Now, suddenly, we saw the elephant, but where's the really good stuff? Oh, look at all this playground equipment. So if you go with your family, your kids can have a really good time. Now, in this field across the way, you can see the giraffes way back there in the background. And look at it, they got little kitty giraffes, they got ostriches, birds just flying around. Now I know I'm in a real zoo. Ostriches, giraffes. Made me want to go to Africa. Made me want to go to Africa to see what it's like to see these things running around free. There's an ostrich. He's going to pull his head up out of his butt there in a second, and you'll be able to see his face. There you go. Ollie the ostrich. Just kind of trying to keep himself nice and cleaned up. And a zoom in shot of the giraffes. I mean, this was full price, $4. Full price, $4. My discounted price was $1. I would have paid $4 for all of this, for sure. I would have paid $4 for sure. Okay, now here we go. Monkey come. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I only have a few more clips here of the zoo. A baboon, a male and his girlfriend. There you go. The male baboon and his girlfriend. And I'm by myself. There aren't a lot of people here. So I think these are chimpanzees, and they're over there just chilling out. So I whistle. I say like, and they kind of look up. Yeah, they look up at me. What are you talking about, man? What do you want? I'm the only one there. So this guy, he comes over to see me. Like, what do you want, dude? What happened? You got a banana? Huh? You got some fentanyl? You got a little cocaine, man? You got any weed? Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that for you, brother. My brother, I wouldn't do you like that. And then we get to the real animals. Again, I'm walking around by myself. And this guy sees me. And he comes over to say hello. I probably look like a nice snack. Probably looking at me thinking, why don't you come on, jump on over that fence, get on over here in the cage with me. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. It was worth $1 just to see him. And I showed you the train. I showed you the zoo train, kind of like Soul Train. Well, this is the zoo train. Woo, there you go. Families on the zoo train, kicking back, enjoying the zoo sights. Look at the little girl in the back. She's going to wave at me here in a second. Say hi. Yeah, there you go. People are friendly in Mexico. I just love Mexico. Okay, now, so let's get back to comments here. I only have a few more video clips. Here we go. Hold on. Looky there. That's funny. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for where I stopped. Boy, you guys look like. Oh, okay. Okay. Throwaway. Throwaway. Can you do it online? Notifying Social Security? No, because I can't do Social Security online because I'm in Mexico. And last time I tried, they won't let you register with a Mexico address. It has to be a U.S. address. Last time I checked. Golden Eagle, black and tan. You tell them, Buck Stops here. G-Man, good morning. Once I sell this condo in Puerto Penasco, Senora, I'm headed that way. Open house today. Good luck, G-Man. Sell that house and get out. Come on down here to Morelia. Come on down, dude, G-Man. Christy, you can do almost everything online with account throwaway 395. Okay. That's a gray. Senior discount card is named, Inapam. Okay. It was easy with dual citizenship. Okay, very good. Right on. Good to know. That's a gray crowned crane that looks like your old girlfriend. Yeah. Christy, oh my gosh, thanks for your response. Love. Lack of blancos, y gringos, better weather. What? I'm loving it already. Come on down. I'm telling you, girl, come on down. Coming to Morelia is like date. It's the same thing they say about white women that date their first black man. They say, once you go black, you never go back. And that's the way Morelia is. Once you get to Morelia, you never leave. You never want to leave. Come on down. The buck stops here. That's an Indian elephant. Okay. African elephants got big ears. Thank you, Buck. And my man Buck, he travels all over the world. He let me know. He's missing a tusk. Boy, you guys are animal aficionados. I have a couple of IS addresses, okay? Meant USA. Okay, USA addresses, okay? Brian, it is not cheap anymore to go to the zoo. I think it costs $20 to get in. That's in Canada. Imagine what it is in the United States. And for what it's worth, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. They had an excellent zoo in Columbus, Ohio. And if you ever watched Johnny Carson, they used to have the director of the zoo on Johnny Carson all the time, bring animals on. Jack Hanna. His name was Jack Hanna. Columbus, Ohio has one of the best zoos in the world. I'm literally laughing out loud at your comments to the monkey. I'm dying over here. Okay, right on. You're really making my right on. That is my job. Thanks for being here. Thanks for clicking that like button. Thank you for contributing to the channel so that I can do this every week and keep on going. And at the zoo, there's another little thing you can ride around in. But I knew I was at a real zoo when I saw, an antelope and a real camel. Now, that's what I had been waiting to see. I was wondering, when am I going to see a real camel? Yeah. And then I made a new friend, this guy right here. Look at him wagging his tail. You got some goodies for me? What kind of goodies you got? What kind of goodies you got, my man? I know you got some kind of goodies, right? Yeah, man. Well, I'll be back. I'll be back with some goodies soon. Okay. So you saw the giraffes from far away, but you walk around this path, and then you get to see them close up. Now, this was worth $4 for me, just to see. I'd pay $4 just to see the giraffes for, a few minutes. Yeah. That was worth $4, just that. Yeah, that was, this, I swear to God, if you come to Morelia, go to the zoo. I was only there for maybe 2 hours. And maybe if I was with a lover or something, we, eat some cheeseburgers, tortas, French fries. They have lots of picnic areas. Oh, and I didn't even go into the aquarium. They have an aquarium with all kinds of fish in there. They have other little places you can go into. It was a very enjoyable experience. Oh, so, okay, before I show you this. So I'd seen enough animals, taken a lot of videos. I'm good to go. I'm ready to leave. Now, when I walked in there, I was thinking, where are the animals? But they got real animals. I was in this place that was all birds. What kind of zoo is this? You only got birds in here? Okay, so I walk around. You can see what I saw. So I took a lot of videos. This is only like half of the videos that I took. So I'm ready to leave. I'm trying to find my way out. I'm trying to get out of the zoo. I've seen enough animals. I've seen the elephants. I've seen the tigers, the monkeys, llamas. I've seen all this stuff. I'm ready to go. I'm walking out. I'm trying to get out of the zoo. And then I see this. Zebras. It was like I had forgotten zebras even existed. This was cool. I just wanted to get out. And then I look over, and this was like my final gift of my visit to the zoo, seeing zebras. I guess that makes sense. My last thing, it starts with a Z, just like zoo. Zebras at the zoo. And they had, I don't know how many entrances and exits that they have, but I met a lovely Mexican couple with their 3 kids. And I asked them, how do you get out of here? And the lady said, do you speak English? I said, no. Really? That's what I told her. I said, no. Then I said, well, yeah. And they were from Monterrey. And they were here from Monterrey, which is in Mexico, on vacation because it was hot and humid in Monterrey. And they had 3 little kids. Their kids looked like they were between like 4 and 7. They spoke fluent English. And I asked them how to get out. And they told me. We had a nice conversation. Next thing, I found the exit door. And this is what it looks right outside of the zoo. So at one moment, and that's the wall. There it is. That's the zoo right there. But right outside of those walls, this is what you see. The city. You would never imagine, like walking down this street, you would never imagine like 30 yards away from these cars in the street are lions and tigers and bears. They did have bears in there too. I didn't find the bears. But it was so I'll say it again. I'm going to put this video up this week. Again, if you come to, I was very surprised because it's like people ask me, well, did you go to the fireworks downtown? I'm never going to fireworks ever again. I mean, I've been to so many fireworks. How can it be any different than in the past? I had no desire to go to the zoo. I didn't want to go to the zoo. I'll go. It's one of the best experiences. I can say it's one of the best experiences at this Morelia Zoo that I've had in my entire life. Okay, let me scroll through messages here. Okay, Christy. I'm literally laughing out about the monkey. Right on. And Christy, thank you so much for donating to the channel so I can buy equipment and take trips. Thank you so much. Yes, they did have bears, but I did not find the bears. And Brenda, thank you for contributing to the channel so I can travel, buy equipment, and go live on Saturday mornings. I remember, there you go. I remember Jack Hanna, my favorite part of the show. Yeah, Jack Hanna, the director of the Columbus, Ohio Zoo, on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson for years and years and years. David, about a year ago, that elephant was missing both of his tusks. He looks like he is in better shape now. That's David here in Morelia. And I've talked to people with kids, and many of these people told me that the zoo, and these are Mexican people, told me that the zoo was one of their kids' most favorite things to do. How did they replace one tusk? They're like teeth, they grow. Yeah. If you had ridden the train, you would have probably seen more. You're probably right. Brian, thank you for the great videos. Very enjoyable. Brian, thank you for showing up with us today. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, donating to the channel. And you have a great day, Brian, pretty boy, maiden. And I'm glad you like these video clips. And I don't know, Brian, what clips I'll have next week, but my job is to share information and make your Saturdays good. Yeah. Where are the lions? I saw a bunch of lions when I was there a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I missed that. Okay. So I wonder if they have guides. They have a big map that shows you, okay, bears here, lions here, tigers out. Yeah. Hey, I didn't see the lions. I missed out. Thank you, Bill, for sharing your experience at the zoo. You're very welcome. This is what we do. And if you're new here and you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button if you want to, or you can click the join button and become a member. Yes, I got, wow. Yes, I got antelopes, deer, elk, ram, lion mountain goat, and bears just running around my ranch here in Pikes Peak region, Colorado mountains. That's fabulous. I grew up in the country in Ohio. We didn't have no animals like that. We had rabbits. What else we had? Rabbits, possum. That's about all we had. We didn't have no antelopes, deer, elk. We had deer, no mountain lion, mountain goat, bears, none of that. We didn't have none of that. Poor, and the poor people that don't get to experience nature, may I say. Sammy, there are so many more you haven't seen, Bill. Thank you hey, Sammy, thanks. It was a fabulous trip. I think they harvest the elephant tusk for the ivory. Ew, wow. Bill, we loved the zoo as children. We only think we are past that. We only think we are past that. At 73, I rediscovered my love for the zoo. Right on, Reggie. We think we are past that. And hey, but it was really cool when I could communicate with the animals. Like, I really think I was communicating with the elephant. I think I was communicating with the tiger. I think I was communicating with the little antelope, with the monkey. I think I was communicating with the giraffes. We were making eye contacts. That's cool, man. I like that. Okay, now, have a wonderful weekend, Doctor. Looking forward to your cartoons. My cartoons are going to knock your socks off. Yes. So that's all I got for you all today. That was a super enjoyable experience. It was so beautiful, so relaxing. And I was there on a Wednesday morning. I don't know if I would want to go on a Sunday when there's like 1 million people in there, or a Saturday. But if you go in the weekday, middle week, I'd say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. And then you can go actually meet the inhabitants and get eye contact and maybe, spend more time than I did. But that's about it. Okay. Let me check my list here. Okay. Yep. Okay, I think I've hit on everything on my list. So I'm planning my trip for this week. It's Saturday here for Bill the Geek. Also, now that I'm animating this new cartoon, it'll be like a South Park style of animation. It's not going to be Disney animation, but now I'm going to do a new intro for my videos with this new animation software I'm using. So things are going to be changing. I'm getting information software, trying to evolve the channel and make it better and better and better. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. Okay. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay. Throwaway. I have already registered in USA with Social Security and have a valid log-on. Good for you. If it worked for me, will it work for me? Yeah, you should. If you already have your login, if you're already signed in with the USA address, yes, you can log in because it's all, then you're not putting in an address. That's just in. You're going to come down here, put in your password, you're in. You're good to go. Billy, did you notice how tranquilo the animals were? Just like the Mexican people. Yeah, the animals were muy cooled out. They were cooled out. It was like they were on weed. They've been smoking dope. Wayworld 01. Hi, Bill and fellow watchers. Wayne from Chapala. Wayne, great to see you here today. Thank you, Brian, Pretty Boy, Maiden Hope. You and all in the house this morning. Have a great weekend and see you next weekend. Peace and love to all. Peace and love to you, Brian Maiden. Shirley, thanks for sharing your zoo experience, Bill. You always bring good entertainment for our Saturdays. Have a great week. You too, Shirley. And thanks for your support. So that's it, folks. Ola Brian, hope to see you here in Morelia for that dance you promised me. Always flirting. Justin in Iowa, thanks for another great show. Love learning about Morelia and more. Take care. Justin, thank you for being with us, sharing your words, contributing to the channel. And you have a great weekend in Iowa. So I'm getting ready to hit the road here, y'all. I'm Bill the Geek. We do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. If you would like to donate to the channel on a replay, there is a donate button. It's like 5 paragraphs down in the description below. Click that and you can, or you can click the join button and become a member. So that's all I got to say. I love you all. Thanks for sharing this time with me this morning. So I'm going to say adios and hasta luego and que te vaya bien. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Go out and share some love with somebody and get some love. Right on. Bye.